get you his package faster.
Yeah, that I couldn't
That's a
help.
good. That's a good drop. Get me my package faster. Get you his patch. Okay, here
Justin's
we go.
going to hear it from me. Trust me. When you get to that section, going to hear it from me. The Jets and the Giants looked horrible this week. Both teams gave their fans the best gift possible, a reason not to give a shit. But the Bears gave JD a gift this week with a wild win over the hated Packers and a playoff berth. We'll get to that in a second, JD. This is the week 16 episode of The Forced Fumble. We're towards the end of Hannukah. This might be the last night, so happy Hannukah if you've been celebrating. Christmas is in a few days. It's the season of giving, ladies and gentlemen. This episode is all about that. Not only will we each be giving each other a gift tonight live on the air with one exception, we're going to be talking about NFL players whose teams would love to return those gifts to sender, transactions that have not worked out well for certain teams this year. So first off, before we get to anything else, JD, as a Bears fan who with the Lions lost today and with a Bears win, clinched a playoff berth for the first time in it feels like a long time. How are you living these days? How has this success changed you?
I will still continue to talk to you little people who have not made the playoffs yet or clinched the playoffs. However, I will say, DePro, I am flying high. I told my wife the fact that the Bears clinched the playoffs mere minutes ago, and she thought I was joking. Like it was nothing to be taken seriously by her. So I think that's how most of the nation's going to feel about the Bears. However, look, they've got a puncher's chance. I feel that they do, guys. How do you feel about them?
I totally agree. Listen, I think I emailed you guys earlier this week. I had done some research. Cold weather teams get to the Super Bowl more often than non-cold weather teams or teams that play in cold cities that but play indoors. And I think they're tough. I think they're built for the postseason. People look going into Soldier Field. Well, they'll host the game just because they're going to win. They're going to win the North. I think it's a tough place to play. I like their chances. I really didn't like Caleb after last year. I just thought this kid's just never going to amount to anything. And I'm wrong. He's amounting to a whole lot, it seems. He's a
The
winner.
Ben Johnson effect seems to be working out pretty well
That's
for him.
it.
How much do you think that has to do with it, JD?
That's huge. I mean, look at the Bear metrics here, the Bear numbers, no pun intended. 5 wins last year, and now we're looking at 11 here. So, and the season's still not concluded. So, you want to talk about a culture shift and a turnaround? Yeah, I think Ben Johnson is 98% of that. And seeing Caleb Williams develop, throwing a touchdown on 4th down last night, as well as then hitting DJ Moore deep. It's just he had basically two game-ending plays within minutes. So it's just what a feeling. It feels good.
Yeah, man. I turned on the game with 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And a lot of people say that's all you got to watch. You just got to watch the end of the game and potentially overtime. And man, I sure, I really lucked out. And my son who started, DJ Moore, was jumping up and down, high-fiving me because that gave him a much better chance to win his semi in fantasy. Speaking of, JD, you and I are playing each other right now in my league in our semifinals. You were just roasting me in the pre-session test here because of some questionable decisions I have made. And I hope that comes back to bite you tomorrow night when I am heading to the finals and you're heading home, but we'll see.
Yes, I've got 5 leagues, 5 playoff appearances, 5 semifinals, by the way.
Unbelievable.
So we'll see where I net out there.
So who are the children you're playing against in these other leagues?
St. Mary's School for the Blind.
Wow.
Their fantasy league. Anyway,
so guys,
we'll see how it goes. Not looking good for me. Not looking
you
good
really
for me.
You are a fantasy god. I mean, you should have your own spin-off podcast just on fantasy.
I fully agree, JewBacca.
Can't argue with me there.
Yeah, exactly. Not going to fight you on that one.
So JD has a gift. It's not a gift that anybody would ask for, but it's a gift he has with fantasy football, right? So speaking of gifts, this is the time of year where we're giving gifts, we're getting gifts. So before we get to the NFL section of, players that teams would like to re-gift, have you guys had any horrible gifts throughout the years that you want to talk about tonight?
Do I?
Yes.
It hinted at this in our text chat this week, and then I was thought, do I really want to risk my marriage?
Yeah, you do.
And I don't want to risk my marriage, but you know what? I'm a transparent person. If something's going on, if something's on my mind, it's coming out my mouth. My wife may know her way around the kitchen and the bedroom. She doesn't know what the fuck ever to buy me. No matter how many times I'll be like, oh, hun, if anybody asks this year, I could really use some V-neck t-shirts. If anybody asks, I could use some new boxer briefs. If anybody asks,
Touchless.
the Issey Miyake cologne that I've been wearing since we were teenagers
Yucky. My God, it's from 1990.
is running low. So this year, Hanukkah, we got 8 nights. I had to buy,
She had
come
8
up with something.
chances to get the right gift for you. 8 chances.
Dude. I bought both of my boys cologne, my older one's cologne, and I bought myself my Issey Miyake because in 20 years with this fucking woman, not once has she ever gotten me a bottle of the cologne that she's only known me to ever wear. This year, she gets me my cologne. So now I've got cologne for 2 years. She, a couple of years ago, got me a dash cam. Like you guys know, I drive Uber, I drive Lyft on the side hustle. She insisted you need a dash cam. I'm like, I'm not techie. I'm not messing with that. I gave it to a pawnbroker. Like I asked a buddy who's a pawnbroker, how much can I get for this? And he's like, I'll give you $20 for it. I'm like, oh, fucking just take it. This year, one of my presents for Hanukkah, you'll never guess, another fucking dash cam. Another fucking dash cam.
Going back to the pawn shop.
She gave me a space heater. I have another side hustle. I work for a rental company. The rental company has the space heater. What do I need a fucking space heater for? I swear to God, her ineptitude when it comes to buying gifts, it has no bounds. It is boundless. She got me this year. One of the nights was some clothing. She did okay with one of the shirts. It was a medium. I've never been a medium, not since I was like 8th grade. So of course I bring that back. The other shirt looks like something Joe Pesci would wear with linen pants and sandals, like loafers with those little fucking things. I'm like, what Guido are you married to that this is what you thought at Banana Republic? Oh, yeah. Let's get him that. She's the worst. Every gift that I gave her this year, clothing, she loved it. She wears it. She got earrings. I gave her a colander today because our colander broke. She was making pasta tonight. She already fucking used the colander. She's already used it.
Can I ask a question here, Jay?
Yeah, I got to stop because my head's going to explode.
What did your wife get you on night 5 of Hanukkah? A muzzle?
Listen, I do all of the laundry in the house. My laundry basket is falling the fuck apart. I would have loved nothing more than to get a brand new fucking laundry basket. Nope, that would have been too practical.
DePro, I thought you were going to ask him what his blood pressure was. What's the count? Holy shit.
Have you ever sent her, and please, if I'm touching a sore spot, please tell me, have you ever, opposed to like telling her, like, hey, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever sent her like a digital list? My wife does that for me.
No, but I think, you know what, maybe after all these years, because it's not like me to ask for gifts. Well, the definition of a gift is something that, a great gift, in my opinion, is something that somebody will use regularly that they ordinarily wouldn't spend the money on for themselves. Like tonight, I got a body mass index fucking. She's like, oh, look, it'll tell us if you have this and if you have that and if this. I'm like, great, it's going to tell me a bunch of things that are fucking wrong with me that you're going to try and fix. And what kind of gift is that?
It'll tell you if you're
what kind of gift is that?
This will tell you if you're a barrel ass. Just use this meter.
He gave you a fatio-meter for Hanukkah?
Exactly, yeah.
For my birthday a couple of years ago, my birthday or Father's Day, she got me a weighted vest. She's like, oh, for when we go walking in the neighborhood. So you can, I'm like, great. She got me a D-Dad bodinator for a
that and the medium t-shirt. I think she's trying to trade you in for a younger model, it sounds like.
Maybe a smaller model.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
So I guarantee
today, guys.
I guarantee
It's all the
Whatever you
time,
guys
yeah.
sent me for our gift exchange, I guarantee I'll have more use and more enjoyment out of those things than almost anything.
The pressure's on.
It's
Like
really not.
one of two things is going to happen, JewBacca. Either we're going to give you a gift that you're going to love, right? And then you're going to be even more mad at your wife, or we're going to give you a gift that you're going to hate. You're going to be mad at us. So I don't
Listen,
know which option is better there.
Well, to answer your question, DePro, honestly, I've never gotten a bad gift. I feel like I'm one of these rare exceptions. But then I thought about myself a little bit and how I project. I wear all of my hobbies and all my interests on my sleeve. So
Yeah.
I think I'm in the easy department to buy for. So maybe that's why. But
Yeah, but still, I mean, I think I'm in the same boat as you, JD, and I think I'm fairly easy to shop for. I make my passions pretty clear. But if you ever had an old relative who just had no idea what they were doing, this is
yeah, I
what
don't.
happened with me. I was 14. My great aunt, sweet woman, but she was reaching the point where she should not have been shopping by herself anymore. Christmas morning, and we got a gift from the two great aunts and my grandparents, and that's so I open up this box, and it is, I wish I had a picture of it. It was this lavender shirt with a embroidered bunny on it that literally, when I put it on, it went down to my knees. So it was essentially a bunny embroidered nightgown for a 14-year-old boy. And I had to pretend that I loved it for my sweet Aunt Phil, who put all this thought into it. I'm like, this is great. I can't wait to wear this to school and get even less girls than I did before.
DePro, that was one of the bits from Christmas Story where Ralphie had to come down this. Yeah, he had to
Yeah,
come down the
it
stairs
didn't have
and
the
the
ears and the feet, but it was
might
like
as well have.
it was a legit nightgown. Yeah.
It might as well have. Like you were that
I can
close to
hear
it.
my sister, 2 years older. I think I was 14, she was 16, just snickering into her heart's delight next to me. Just
like Ralphie's aunt, Deepro's aunt forgot that he had a penis.
So, guys, now that we talked ad nauseum in JewBacca's case about the gifts that we had gotten over the years, let's talk a little bit about NFL teams and gifts that they have gotten, either gotten through trade, free agency, or through the draft, that this year there's some questions. Maybe they would like to return those gifts. I'm going to start with, and let me know your opinion on this, the New York Giants and first round pick, third overall, Abdul Carter. When you're the third overall pick and you have been benched twice, two different times for being late to meetings, that is an atrocious start to your career for any player, much less a top 5 pick. That's kind of like, to use an analogy here, you give somebody an iPad, a brand new iPad, and it just turns up by itself every once in a while. Gives you cause for alarm, makes you think maybe I shouldn't have picked this up. And what do you guys think?
I think you're right on that. I think it's the early low sack totals out of the gate for him were problematic.
2.5, I think, or 2, something like that.
And then now what we're seeing is the coach discipline kind of happening there with the benching and obviously a lack of preparation, a lack of discipline coming from Carter. So I think it's a combo of those two things that make this little sandwich here, DePro, that makes me agree with your assessment.
Okay, I'll give 2 more quick ones. Geno Smith on the Raiders, Justin Fields on the Jets. As opposed to Abdul Carter and the Giants, these were bargain bin purchases. They try to say, like, they're going to get a good deal. I don't want to spend the money on, the high-end quarterback. I'm going to see if I can get something at a great deal. It's like they turn out to be, like the bargain bin best of Toto CD that had a scratch in it. Neither one of them has worked out. So I'm sure both of these teams would like to regift these guys to other teams. But
Yeah, I mean, like Justin Fields has been looking for a coach to kind of get the most out of him, or coaches have been looking to get, and he goes to a defensive minded coach.
Makes
Yeah,
no sense.
no,
Yeah.
no wonder that that didn't work out.
Surprise,
so,
surprise.
so do you guys have a player who you think their team would like to regift them?
I do because I was wondering, struggling with this all day. Who am I going to pick? Who am I going to pick? And they show footage of DK Metcalf fighting, throwing a jab at a Lions fan who, I don't know, was like maybe waving a jersey in his face or something. But he proceeded to then drop a couple passes. I'm like, let me look up this Joker's stats. He's 22nd in the league in receiving. He came into today with only 5 touchdowns. In the last 5 games, he's only had 1 touchdown. Meanwhile, his old partner in crime, Smith and Jigba, whose name I always screw up, he's got like 16. He's got more than twice the amount of yards DK Metcalf has. DK Metcalf, I think, showed his true character today, and I'm sure he'll be facing some league sanctions on his behavior on the sideline today. But I'm pretty sure the Pittsburgh Steelers, in light of that, like that being the cherry on top, would say, "Here, let's re-gift this. Let's white elephant this to somebody else and get him out of there."
And how do you, by the way, how do you not get ejected from a game for hitting a fan, unless the fan literally tackled you on?
I don't think had it not been for the camera catching it and them coming back to, I wouldn't even be surprised if at that point when he's dropping passes minutes later that Tomlin probably didn't even know about the incident.
If I'm that fan, I'm coming back in that second half of that game like flopping like LeBron after that quasi puncher.
Neck brace on and everything.
Totally. Or like OJ Simpson down the stairs in the naked gun, in the wheelchair. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I am flopping on that field the minute that guy comes even near me with a punch. So I think that fan played it a little wrong.
So
JD,
JD,
who would you return?
I think Calvin Ridley, the wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans. Look, he came off that suspension from gambling, so Tennessee Titans maybe saw this as like an experiment. So it's like the ant that gets you like that little science experiment kit, and then it never really turns out right, no matter what you put together. Calling this a science experiment is like calling Chernobyl a light science project, So this just did not work out because what you saw in Atlanta was Calvin Ridley be like a Cadillac, right? And so then he pulls into Tennessee, and then they look under that hood, and it's basically DePro's Wi-Fi router instead of an engine. And for fans of this show, if you've ever tried to connect a Wi-Fi in a rainforest, that's the experience of what it's like to be on DePro's Wi-Fi at his home. So
I don't know why I am catching heat here. I am not the one with tech issues tonight. That would be JewBacca.
No, only the whole season.
Right. Give him 1 week at a 16.
We're not living in the past here, guys. We're talking about right now.
The last thing I'll say about Ridley is like he was supposed to be the missing piece to that offense, right? We got our guy now, and it turns out the only missing piece is his ability to be able to separate from a cornerback born after Old Town Road came out. So he just doesn't have it anymore. He just does not. Yeah. And that's a $92 million gift that the Titans cannot return.
Yeah, and I'd like to return that gift too because I had him on 2 of my fantasy teams and wound up dropping him 7 games in.
Oof. Rough camp.
So speaking of gifts, guys, Josh Allen got a gift this holiday season. Patrick Mahomes is not in the playoffs this year.
Nemesis gone.
Officially eliminated from contention. We talked about that. JewBacca brought up an interesting point that I want to bring up here because I think it's a good question. From the fan perspective, I know it's different from the player perspective. Would you prefer that your championship run goes through your rival or around your rival? Does it matter to you? I'm sure obviously we can't speak as players, but does it matter to you as a fan, JD specifically right now, because your Bears are in the playoff hunt, they're in the picture. Would you prefer that your Bears had to go through Green Bay to get to a title? Or do you not care?
Generally don't care, but going the way this year has gone, the fact that Green Bay got one, Chicago got one, both on their respective home turfs, and just the way Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur did that real icy quick, hey, good game, and then he barely touched hands, and then both looked the other direction. Yeah, I kind of want to go through Green Bay in the first round. Would love to host them again at Soldier Field.
At Soldier Field, that's the difference, right? You don't want to go there. That's how I feel. Like personally, that's how I feel. All things being equal, if I'm in your position, Jets and Patriots are both. That's funny, right? That's such fiction. Both vying for the AFC East.
There you go again.
Like I don't want to go there. I don't want to come to your house. You can come to my house all you want, and we'll see how it goes. But like I've been on the sideline at my son's soccer games, and I can't handle. Like my heart's pumping out of my chest, so I can't even imagine how many years that would take off of my life. So for my overall health, I would personally like to go around them, but it does make it that much sweeter. And I think that's what JewBacca is getting at. Just makes it that much sweeter if you go through your rival to get to the title.
Just think of the '04 Red Sox to take an example from baseball. I mean, epic comeback against their decade-long arch nemesis, century-long arch nemesis. I mean, what's better than that? What's better than that? But I think Bills fans, while they seem to be a proud bunch, I think they just want a championship already. And if that means that, hey, Mahomes is there's probably some percentage of Bills fans who, as soon as they were eliminated, were like, "Damn, I wanted to go through him. I wanted to, have him come into us or us go to them and blast through him." And then there's probably plenty of others who were just dancing in the streets of Orchard Park, just so happy that he's not around to bump him off this year.
So, guys, I think it's time that we open up some gifts of our own. Before we get to that, I just want to make one distinction here that I am often ridiculed on the show for having tech issues, for being late. And I just want to say that JD's gift to me is the only one that is late.
Yeah.
The only one, because I think he ordered from some Etsy shop, which is some bored housewife in Minnesota who just opened up an Etsy shop to get away from her kids. And you can't trust that type of shipping. JewBacca did the right thing. He sent his gifts like before Thanksgiving or something. Like his gift was here before the first Christmas card landed in my mailbox. So I've had his collecting dust over here and I'm ready to open it up.
Would you like me to show you what I got you?
Let's do that. Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
Let's start with that one.
And for the record, I placed a damn order on December 5th. It's here we are, December 21st, and it's I don't even know where this thing is. So anyway,
Didn't they give you a discount or something, a credit?
Yeah, they offered me a credit.
They gave you a credit that's worth more than whatever you bought him.
I think it might be. It's a Jets themed gift, DePro. So the gift I got for you is a Jets themed gift, and just like the Jets, I guess this experience has been just as disappointing and left you with nothing. So anyway, here it is. It is a Jets Hawaiian shirt that says "Just End the Suffering."
Oh,
I can't wait to wear that everywhere. That's
right, exactly. Hawaiian shirts are back in again, and what better way to be stylish and pathetic in the same piece of fabric? So it'd be lovely for you.
Thank you, I guess.
You're welcome.
I'll have to wear that to the sad Jets opener next year when they inevitably start a rookie and then get their asses kicked by New England.
I think you get a lot of props for that shirt if you wore that to a game. A lot of people would be like, "That's right, bro." Joe Beningo would catch you in the parking lot, like, "Bro."
I hope not.
The pain is real, bro.
JewBacca, I've had my hand in your box for a while now, so
Lord,
I can pull this thing out. I have my hand in it. It's like, ooh, it's soft.
But there's a note. There's a note that you can also read if you'd like.
All right, I'm going to read the note. Should I read the note before?
Yeah, read the note.
Oh, look at that. Okay. DePro. To put yourself through such grief and aggravation and not make the next gen of DePro go through the same just doesn't feel right. JETS, just end the season, but not the holiday season. Nice. May this gift find you in good health, enjoying this season of perpetual hope. Merry Christmas, love. JewBacca.
God, that was very well put.
It is very well put. JewBacca is a poet. He doesn't want you to know it, but he's a poet.
He's got heart.
So this is a gift for the next gen of Jet fan.
What am I? So I'm going to put this on one of my daughter's teddy bears.
Little 6T. It's not for you to wear. It's for your grandchild.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's how fortuitous of you to get my grandchildren, which I hope is not for a very long time.
How old's your oldest, DePro? 17?
16.
16.
So yes, I appreciate that, JewBacca. Thank you very much for thinking of me in that
JD,
way.
Because this whole thing was my idea, I'm going to go next.
Okay, cool. So this is my gift to you. I would put it in the cute and kitschy category.
Cute and kitschy. Well, again, it's from the aforementioned James Wax
Yeah.
who can be found at 1401 North Bata Vista Street in Orange, California.
We'll have to give us
This
coordinates.
is this a Hanukkah candle? This is some sort of smells like a cute realtor in the room.
There we go. There we
The
go.
candle. These candles have the goofiest names, don't
Smells
they?
like oh, that does smell like a cute realtor.
There we go.
Does
So
it smell like
JewBacca-
Miyake? Is it
JewBacca-
Miyake themed?
They're synonymous.
Is JewBacca, for those listening at home, like he said, he wears many hats. Another one of them, and primarily, is a realtor. So there we are.
Very, very cool. And you know what? Like I said, if this is a scented candle, it'll get more use than just about anything that Mrs. Baca will buy me.
It's so sad and funny at the same time.
I'm going right to the DePro box. And oh, this looks like a glass. I drink, so this is again. You guys nailed it.
Better gift than Mrs. Baca.
Forced fumble. JewBacca's Temple, established 2025. Look at that. Look at that.
Love it.
It came
You
out
guys
pretty good.
literally, on the last night of Hanukkah, got me 2 gifts that'll both get used. What a fucking concept.
Came out pretty good, eh? It is
Very, very nice.
for those listening at home. It's like a bourbon.
I almost feel I am a bourbon guy this time of year, and it'll get margaritas over the summer. I almost feel bad that, I went gag gift for both of you, and you guys got me serious, useful gifts.
I don't know that JD's was a serious gift. A candle that smells like a cute realtor.
Smells like a cute realtor in here.
So heartfelt.
All right, I'm gonna open mine. First up is Bacca's. It's smaller, which
Fitting.
is no indication of anything there. Just what happened to grab.
There's a note.
Okay, let's do the note first. Okay, here we go. JD, I want to make sure you're all decked out with your blue and orange nail polish as your squad looks for hopefully a deep run through the postseason. I wish you, Caleb, and the Bears a very Merry Christmas. Love, JewBacca. Very nice, JewBacca. Let's see what this is. Okay. Oh,
A bottle of orange and a bottle of blue nail polish.
I almost did that too.
Insta Dry. So help me God. Game 1, I will paint my nails with this.
First
There we
playoff
go.
game?
Love
First
it.
playoff
Love it.
game. We'll paint my nails with this. Lovely. Love it.
JD, do you have a preference now that we're on the topic of how you want to watch that game? By yourself, with close friends, perhaps? Or do you want to be by yourself? Like, how do you feel about it?
I'm 100% down for partying, hanging out, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%
All right.
down.
No.
I think
Interesting.
if it were the Super Bowl, I'd have to think about that.
Mm-hmm. Good call.
Okay. So here is the gift to me from Mr. DePro. Okay. Life personalized.
This portion of the fumble brought to you by the United States Postal Service, who still haven't delivered DePros yet.
Here we are. Ooh. Ooh.
Because
Look
you
at
said you
this.
like JewBacca so much, I couldn't resist.
Because he said what?
Because I showed him a picture of your bourbon glass. And
I
he
was
seems
gushing
so-
over yours when he showed it to me.
Yes. So I'm like, all right, well, I might as well.
What does yours say?
Bear down. And then it says force fumble JD's bar. Look at that.
See,
Established
JewBacca,
first.
yours doesn't have an inscription on the other side because I ordered it before I realized you could do that.
I was just going to go look. Did I miss the note on the back of mine? No,
I
mine's not.
tried to fix it and it was too late. It was already shipped.
It's all right. It's just my idea to do this.
Guys, I absolutely love your gifts. Brilliant.
Hope so. JD, you can sip a nice glass of bourbon on the rocks or neat while you're putting on your nail polish. And I could just sit here and just daydream about my future grandchild and this sad onesie or whatever the hell that is.
And your other missing gift.
Just wonder what that other gift is.
What a massive L for you tonight, DePro.
Yeah. But you know what? That's fitting on a day when the Jets got dominated by the New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints.
Winners of 3 in a row, by the way.
Yeah, it's absolutely fitting. So this has been a lot of fun, guys. Hopefully you had just as much fun following along at home. If not, I'm sorry. We'll see you next week, I think, which will be the week between, kind of a weird week between Christmas and New Year's, where we'll kind of forget what day of the week it is for a while, forget that we have jobs and all of those things. Follow us on YouTube or Instagram at The Forced Fumble. Subscribe on Apple or Spotify. Leave us a nice little review, especially it's a season of giving. Give us something nice. This has been fun, and we will see you next time on The Forced Fumble.
Boys, have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.